There have been amazing moments throughout the church's history when God would do something special. He would send the Blessed Mother, the mother of Jesus Christ, to certain people in certain times. Think of Our Lady Guadalupe, 1531 in what's now modern-day Mexico. 1858, Our Lady of Lourdes, southern France. Or how about Our Lady of Fatima in Portugal, 1917? Or something even more modern. Think of 1943, when in a jail cell, a prisoner, an inmate by the name of Claude Newman on death row, would be visited by somebody whom he would describe as the most beautiful woman that God ever created. When Claude Newman described the Blessed Mother that way, he was actually falling in line with a common thread, that Mary was always beautiful. Why? And I immediately thought of when I heard the first reading at Mass today, all of the different Marian apparitions. And it reminded me of all of that when I first heard the description of Moses. It's from the book of Exodus, the first reading today, chapter 34, verse 29. It said that as Moses was coming down the mountain with the Ten Commandments, there's a detail there. And it says that his face became radiant as he comes down Mount Sinai with the two tablets. That his physical countenance, his physical appearance was different. Because nobody ever talked to God in that way before Moses. And then Mary now, fast forwarding to her example, there was nobody on earth closer to Jesus than Mary. Nobody loved Jesus as much as she did. And so there now it makes profound sense that the closer we get to God, our souls are changed, which is reflected in our outward appearance. But to help this point, to make it a little more clearer, go back to Genesis. You remember the fall? Adam and Eve falls, they eat of the fruit of good and evil, and there's another detail there which is strange. It said that their eyes of both were opened, and they knew that they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves together and made themselves aprons to cover up their nakedness. So in a sense, the moment that they ate of the fruit and their souls were disfigured through sin and death and all of the vices that we all now battle with, that there's something in their souls were changed, darkened. And that was reflected in their outward appearance, which was shown with how they looked at one another. Because now Adam and Eve, it says that they noted that they were naked. Because beforehand, before the fall, they must have looked at one another with purity, as a gift. But now when sin enters into the world, as their souls became disfigured, the outward appearance changed. And they looked at one another differently. Because now lust comes into play, which is one of the effects of sin. And so for all of us now, disciples of Jesus Christ, if you want to grow in holiness, I recommend two powerful sacraments: the beautiful gift of confession and the Holy Eucharist. For us who are striving to get into heaven, what those two sacraments do is that it restores us, it heals us from within, so that our souls now become pure. And the closer we get to God, just like Moses and the Blessed Virgin Mary, the more that our outward appearance will become more radiant. Because now, God is shining through us. I hope that makes sense. It was just a profound connection that I saw at Mass today, and that's what I wanted to share with you. Praise be Jesus Christ.